Hi everyone, my name is Marcus and I'm a fibre artist from Glasgow in Scotland, and in today's video I'm going to be trying out Punch Needle for the first time. I first came across Punch Needle maybe 2 years ago, and as soon as I seen it I just thought, this looks like a lot of fun. I really want to give it a go, but I kind of resisted. I kind of thought, like, how practical is that? Like, how often am I going to want to, do this craft? But this year, I'm just giving in to all of my crafty impulses. I want to give everything a shot. Um, and when I was going to the Woolly Good Festival in Edinburgh about a week ago, there was a vendor called The Modern Crafter who sells punch needle supplies. And as soon as I seen that they were vending, I just, I made a mental note that I'm picking some punch needle stuff up. I'm just giving in. I'm doing it. So that's our logo there, The Modern Crafter. And they do some lovely sets, some lovely kits with different projects in mind, but I've had a lot of ideas because I've been gesticulating. I've been gestating this craft for a while. So I just picked up a punch needle that has 3 different size needles, and I just picked up some fabric which is in this lovely tissue paper just now. So without further ado, let's just get started. So from The Modern Crafter I picked up the punch needle, and it comes with 3 different size needles which are better suited for different yarns. And I picked up some fabric that's best suited for 4-ply yarn, seeing as that is what the majority of my yarn in my collection is. And I've gone ahead and I've already put some of the fabric in an embroidery hoop, and I've drawn on a little design which, if you can see what that is a little frog. Today I'm going to be trying to make a little frog, like mug rug coaster kind of thing. And obviously it had to be a frog. And the yarn I'm using today is just from Sostrena Grena. There's one of their shops is close by where I work, and I pass it every day on the way to and from work, so it's convenient for me to just run in and pick up if I need kind of single colours. So I've got a darker green, a lighter green, some pink for rosy cheeks, and some black for eyes and the mouth, and maybe some other details. So I think I'm going to go in down at the bottom. I think I'm going to start here. Just it's a nice big section that I don't really need to do too much. So I thought I'd start there and get used to using the punch needle. And I'll use this yarn. So to thread the needle, there comes with a piece of wire that's kind of doubled over. And I think I just need to go down here. There is like a little diagram tutorial. Okay, I'm really bending this wire. I think I just push that through. Yep, now the wires come out. So if I just thread the yarn through that. And then pull that through. Yeah, okay, that worked okay. And now if you see, I don't know if you can see, there's a little eye on the needle, so I think I need to thread that through there as well. There, that was painless. So then the the ball of yarn, oops. So the yarn is being threaded through the bottom of the needle and the end is at the tip. So I suppose it's ready to just start. So I believe that the open side of the needle should always be going in the direction that you're travelling. And you can use either side of the fabric. I believe it produces like one side the loops will be bigger than the other. I'm not too sure which, and I'm not too sure which I would prefer for a mug rug, so I suppose I'll just do some and see what that looks like. Did I do it? Okay, that's very loopy. I don't know if it's supposed to be that loopy. Am I maybe pushing in too hard? Yeah, so that looks a bit tidier. I actually kind of pulled that out. Okay, it's doing something. It's not the neatest. My tension is a little bit all over the place. You know, like I've got some loops that are bigger than others, but I think that'll just come with practice. So I finished this little section down at the bottom, and I've got to say I'm really enjoying it so far. Definitely, I prefer this side, where the loops are a bit longer. My very first ones were very, very loose, and it's a little bit uneven, but you know the point of this project is to learn how to do it. So I'm going to keep going. Before I go in and fill the rest in with dark green, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the details just because I think that'll be a little bit easier. And I think initially when I drew this little smile line here, I was thinking I would just do a single row along, but now that I've done it, I think I'll do 3 rows just because this is quite dense. I don't think a single row will really... I think it'll get lost if I do a single row. So if I do 3, it should stand out and be noticeable. So I've finished the face and all the smaller details, so now I'm ready to just go in and fill in with the darker green. Um, yeah, I think this is absolutely great. I'm in love with it already. I definitely prefer the kind of longer loopy side for what I'm wanting out of this project. I think I think generally if you were a bit neater, because this is this is a bit of a mess. But the back it's a bit more forgiving, and because this is for like a mug rug kind of thing, I think this will give more of a carpety feel to it. I don't know how practical an object this will be, but it's going to be cute, and that's the main point for me. Um, yeah, form over function in this situation. Using the punch needle was really easy and so much fun. Because there's no stitches involved, you're just kind of stabbing the needle in and out. It's super straightforward and it's really forgiving as well. If I did stab the needle into the wrong spot, it's just a case of pulling the yarn out of that hole and then making a new one in the right spot. And you're not tearing holes into the fabric with the needle, you're just pushing the threads that are making the fabric apart. So there's not, big gaps where you've made mistakes. The tension of the weave of the fabric just kind of settles itself out, which is brilliant. It's quite important to make sure that there's no tension being held on the yarn at all. It needs to be slack at all times, because if there is any tension whatsoever, it kind of stops the yarn sitting, kind of getting caught in the fabric, and it kind of pulls out with the needle when you're pulling back out. And I also found having the yarn in front of me, whereas typically I would kind of have it beside me if I was knitting or crocheting. Having it in front, I can see that the yarn is lying slack on the table, and it just avoids any issues arising. I had some issues with the embroidery hoop I was using. I couldn't get enough tension on the fabric just because it is quite cheap. I've had the thing for years and I can't tighten it any further than it was already tightened. So the fabric kept coming loose and I kept having to kind of pull it tight again. And if the fabric isn't being held tight enough, it just makes it really difficult to put the needle in. So I'm all done. This is so cute. Let's have a look at the back. Oh yeah. This is adorable. I'm so in love with this. Now I just need to cut this off and fix up the back a little bit. So I'm just going in with some really, really blunt scissors and just trimming up the ends of yarn from when I've started new colours. This is just going to make it a little bit easier to tidy up later on, and just to make sure that they're not in the way. I then went in and cut the fabric around, just roughly around the shape, not spending too much time on it, not trying to make anything perfect. I then went in and cut little notches into the excess fabric. And the idea was that this would just make it easier to tidy it up. Because what I'm going to be doing is just gluing that fabric with a hot glue gun onto the inside. So this was just to try and get a neater edge by cutting lots of little slits in. So I've got lots of kind of angles that I can pull the fabric from. And I then went in just putting a tiny little dab of hot glue and just folding the excess fabric over itself. I didn't do too great a job at this. I was pretty excited to just kind of get it all finished off so that I could kind of see it and use it. I should have taken a little bit more time with this and been a little bit more careful, but it's fine. I then just traced around the frog onto some felt. Again, didn't spend enough time on this, rushed it, it was pretty sloppy. I was just really excited to get it finished. Um, had I spent more time on this, the reverse would have looked better, but it's fine. Nobody sees the back. Then just glued it down quickly and then went around the edges just to make sure that they're all tacked down nicely and that they wouldn't peel up or anything like that. And there we go, my little froggy rug mug is all finished and ready for a nice cup of matcha out of my favourite frog mug. So I really enjoyed using the punch needle. I'm really pleased with my little frog mug. It's not perfect by any means. The loops aren't super even and the back is a bit of a mess, but you don't see the back. It's super cute. I'm in love with it. So much so I actually made a miniature one, which I think this one is definitely not as cute as the first one I made. The shape is a little bit off and the eyes are kind of ridiculously large, but it's cute nonetheless. My kind of thoughts behind this one is I might wear this as like a patch on a jacket. Um, I might redo it just because the eyes are a little bit haunting, but it's still pretty cute. I've got so many ideas of other things that I want to do, and I really need to work on the back. Yeah, that needs to be a bit better. Yeah, I quite enjoyed doing this video, another kind of let's try. I think I might do like a little mini series of trying out different crafts. I've got a list of a lot of different things that have kind of piqued my interest over the years of different things I'd like to try out. So if you've got any kind of suggestions of things that you think I would enjoy or things that you think you would enjoy watching me try out, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.